I was sitting on the train coming here today, and I just began thinking, how is it that I have come to be on a train from London Paddington to Cardiff on this rather fine summer's morning to join with all of you to discuss global education? And I thought, well, obviously you work for Project Everyone, you're part of a global campaign. I thought, well, you also did geography at university, so that's definitely it. That definitely helped me mentally get here, definitely helped me physically get here as I got lost. And then I thought, no, it definitely goes further back than that. I took a gap year. That was crucial. And then, of course, at school, teachers were hugely inspirational, my geography teachers in particular. I thought, no, when I got to secondary school, I was already interested in geography, so there must have been something further back, and I really thought. And I think I hit upon this one moment. And it was in this moment that I first made the connection between something that I could do as a single person, a very small person, a 7-year-old, and that having an impact on a global issue. And I think that was crucial. And it was a really simple moment. It was really early on in the days of kind of environmental education in school. And I still remember the name of the teacher. Her name was Mrs. Alton. And it was in geography, and she was teaching us about water scarcity. And she said, if you turn off the tap while you're brushing your teeth, then you can save water. So crucially, I went home and I did this. And for some reason, there was a click, and I actually remember it to this day. And I think I can trace my trajectory back to that. So the reason why I'm sharing that little anecdote with you is firstly because I'm quite intrigued whether you all have similar moments or whether you might now think and trace back and can think of some. And I'd really like to hear them later on, perhaps over tea. And the second reason is that I think you'll all agree, because you're all in this room today discussing global education, that if we want to seriously tackle some of the biggest issues in the world today, inequality, climate change, poverty, some of the other ones treated by these goals here on the board today, then we need millions of these moments to be happening for children all over the world, and we need that to happen soon. So I think really that's what the world's largest lesson is all about. It's an attempt, an ambition, a hope that we can give the best possible chance of giving every child in the world the opportunity to have one of those moments. So just to really quickly put the world's largest lesson in a bit of context, the world's largest lesson is part of Project Everyone, which, as you can see, was founded by Richard Curtis and is a project to raise awareness for the UN Sustainable Development Goals. These are the reasons why we're doing it, and principally because we believe that the more famous these global goals are and the more widely understood they are, the more politicians will take them seriously, finance them properly, refer to them frequently, and feel the pressure to make them work. Same applies for citizens, making them work themselves. So we set ourselves the small challenge of getting the global goals in front of 7 billion people in 7 days, that 1 week, using all sorts of media channels. So these are our estimations of how many people you can reach by different channels. So we've got a global text going out. We're partnering with Vodafone. We're reaching out to faith groups worldwide. We have got a global ad that's going to be going out in cinemas in a huge number of countries in September. Brands partnering with Unilever and a number of others and engaging their employees. Huge online campaign. And of course, school. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So obviously, children are a crucial part of this. Over a quarter of the world's population is under the age of 14, which is a fact that just astonishes me every time I see it. So how do you capture the attention of children? Well, we thought, wouldn't it be great if there was someone that they knew from a completely different context, from watching YouTube, seeing TV, listening to the radio, who suddenly appeared in their classroom delivering this message. So we've engaged a number of celebrities. We've then created the message in 3 forms. The script is written by a man called Sir Ken Robinson, who you might know. He's a creative educator, and he is an evangelist of this superpower of creativity, which he wants to tell all children that they have, and that's their route to achieving the goals. Animations, well, we thought, why don't we ask the people who made Wallace and Gromit if they'd animate it? And yeah, that's great, they're on board. And I thought, oh, comics, we all love comics as kids. Brilliant, these guys are experts. And finally, a version of the children's goals. We're working with a Latin American campaign to update a version that they've done. And then we thought, obviously it's pretty crucial to translate these into a number of languages. We've got limited funding, so we're going to have to be selective. But thinking of countries with the highest number of children, these are our estimations. But obviously, all the content will be open for other people to translate, should they be able to. And then finally, how do you capture their enthusiasm and energy and optimism and transform that into action? So a couple of things. Simple Advocacy Toolkit, this wonderful organisation designed for change, which uses this feel, imagine, do, share framework to try and get children to connect, think of a solution to a problem they've identified, and then share it with their peers and kind of peer-to-peer inspiration. And then, of course, links by region to relevant youth organisations such as the ones that I'm sure a lot of you are involved with, because they know how to do it best. So then that's great. We think we've got something that can capture the attention, the imagination, and the enthusiasm of kids, but what about the teachers, the crucial communicators? Well, teachers are obviously very busy. They're a really tough job. How can we make their lives a bit easier? We can produce some lesson plans that they can download and work from. And we can also add to this a huge resource bank. So at the moment, we've got our 2 introductory lesson plans, which are ready and I can share with you later. And then we'll have lesson plans on those themes. There might be more coming, but that's it at the moment. Then that's great. We've got some good content. We've got something we think can help teachers, but how do we communicate to all the people that can make it actually happen? Well, we had a few different strategies. So this was our strategy for engaging with ministers of education. We went to Korea, to the World Education Forum, having written a letter with some high-level signatories, inviting them to take part. And we partnered with Lego, which definitely caught their imagination and attention. And it was a huge success. We filled this map with little Lego man, which were their pledges, and had over 90 countries sign up. Since then, more have come to join, and we've got about 104 ministries at the moment signed up. So then we reached out to all the civil society organisations that we could, and we're still asking for more to join us. This is not even all of them. I couldn't fit them all on one slide. Civil society organisation, education organisations, and branches of the UN, UNICEF, UNESCO, and UNHCR, who I'm working with at the moment to try and get the lesson into refugee camps. So I just want to end on a slide which I hope is what you're thinking now, which is how can we work together to make this happen? How can you get involved? And so there are a number of different things. There's a really full slide, happily. The first is register on the website, go and have a look. We can keep you up to date that way. Take a look at the wider Global Goals website, because there might be other things you're interested in. I've brought some leaflets for Radio Everyone today, in case you have connections with radio organisations. There's a huge number of things happening, so many I can't even keep up with them myself, so take a look. Then there's Project Everyone Launch Week, so that's going to be the beginning of September, and for the lesson there's going to be a celebrity moment, so that might be something you want to engage with, get your children involved with. It's going to be exciting. Then of course there's the week itself. It would be wonderful if you could teach a lesson, or you could get a teacher you know to teach a lesson. Or even get the materials to children who aren't in school, if that's who you're connected with. Then the live lesson moment. So what we're hoping is that on the Monday of that week, we will have a moment where several classrooms around the world are connected, along with a few inspirational speakers, in a kind of live lesson moment. Obviously, it's not possible to connect all the time zones at the same time, but we're going to try something. And it would be great if you could get involved with that online in some way. And then finally, I guess there's tell the online community. We're on at the world's lesson, #largest lesson. There's a conversation happening, and it would be really great to hear opinions and perspectives from all over the place, so please get involved. This is a sample of people saying, what's your goal? So they've written on their hands the goal that they most feel passionate about. So yeah. And absolutely, finally, is something that I haven't actually asked anyone else yet, so you are the first. If you had any spare moments this summer and it appealed to you, I would love it if you could film yourself, get yourself filmed very simply, talking to camera for just 5 minutes on how you would teach the lesson. So take a look at the lesson plans when I share them with you, see what you think, and think about how you would contextualise them for your children. We're really hoping to have lots of different examples that we can share and can inspire other teachers, and teachers using their own creative superpower to bring them to life. So that, interesting. That's it from me. I've glossed over a lot of detail, but I'd love to go into more depth with you later if you have any questions.
Thank you very much.